Here we go. Haven't done anything in a long time. Today is just a discussion about Infinity Bottle. I'm going to sample it at the end here and talk about a little bit, but it's not about the juice this time. It's about the creation. So, an Infinity Bottle, for anybody who doesn't know what an Infinity Bottle is. So, right, this is my Infinity Bottle right here. Okay, and I actually have had 3 or 4 of these, but this is the only one I've got going right now. So what is an Infinity Bottle? An Infinity Bottle is, so I drink bourbon. Bourbon's my whiskey of choice. So any bourbon that I ever get that I like, which is most of them, to be honest with you. Every once in a while I get one that I don't care for. But if I get a bourbon that I like, a portion of that is going to go into this bottle. Okay, this is how it's an Infinity Bottle. Now then it gets to a certain point, and I'll sample from it. I like to get it pretty full before I start sampling from it. And then whatever that concoction is, I'd like to sample for that till it gets about, a halfway down to a third of the way gone. Maybe a quarter of the way. Maybe 3/4 of the way gone, maybe. So it depends. But you take away, you let it get so far down. You want something that is, so I have a reliable taste for a month or two, right? I know what I'm getting when I drink that. And then when I get it down, so I'm gonna take away a little bit of this today too, and then I'm gonna start adding to it again. And then that's gonna be a completely new thing. It's gonna be, I should say completely, but it's gonna be a different taste. And then I'll drink that down till it gets to about a quarter left or a third left or something like that. And then I'll add to it again. So that's what an Infinity Bottle is. Now, my own personal taste on this, if you do this, you do it however the heck you like. This is your concoction. You find a way that works for you. But my idea here is to try to keep this somewhere around 110, 115 proof. Most of the stuff that goes in here is Booker's, right? Booker. I'm a huge fan of Booker's. So, and if you were to sample this, you would definitely be like, yeah, that's not a surprise here. You'll taste it. This tastes like Booker's. Fine. So most of what goes in here is Booker's, and Booker's is all over 120 proof. So to keep that down, when I do add Booker's, I'm only adding about a half an ounce. When I add something that's about 110 proof, I might add an ounce. Anything below 100 proof, I might add more than an ounce. It just depends. It also depends on how much I like something. If I like it a lot, I might get a bigger kick in there. If I like it a little, I might get a smaller kick in there, and so on. You get the idea. It's not an exact science. It's not an exact way of mixing, anything like that. But it does give you this infinite bottle of whiskey that you always have, and it always changes, right? So let me give it a pour right now. And like I said, I have the bourbons that I have downstairs that I'm going to add to this. I have 3 unopened bottles. I don't think I'm going to open them. I think I have about 14 bourbons that I got to add to this. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them all in there. So I'm going to be kind of selective. There are some things, like probably won't put Rare Breed in here. Although Rare Breed's fine. It's just got some stuff about it that I'm not in love with. It might go in there. Whatever. Not the point. Anyway, let me take a pour here. Put it in. Today was a complete shit day at work. This was like one of the worst days I have ever had on the current job that I'm on. It was a mess. You don't care. Why would you care? So I have this glass. You might be able to read that. Where? There. Can anybody read that? What a fucking day. Thank you, Laura. If you watch my videos, what a fucking day. Laura bought me and Kristen one of these. Kristen is my backup at work. Laura's a friend at work. We're all friends. Blah, blah, blah. So Laura bought each of these a glass. And when I have what a fucking day, I use the what a fucking day glass. So we're going to have that glass today. So here is my Infinity Bottle. I'm going to give so that's what I got in there. That's about a third, right? Would you say that's about a third? I'm going to pour out of there pretty healthy pour here because I'm shitty day and I want to add to this. There we go. There we go. So we're going to add to this later. I might come back and add to this video, but I don't think so. We'll see. Put it away. I'll do my best to tell you about it. The nose is actually kind of weak. It's got a nice flavor. It's got a nice aroma, but it's not strong. It's not hitting my nostrils really hard. No burn. Like none whatsoever. But it isn't, the aroma is great. It's very sweet. Very caramely, which I love caramel and vanilla. There's something in there. I am actually getting a little banana in there, and I don't know why, because the stuff that gives me a banana aroma and a banana flavor, I know I don't have a lot of it in there. So I'm kind of curious about that. Anyway, Sipperoo. Yeah, I would say that's probably right around 110 proof. Not really sure. My buddy Scott tells me that there is some kind of thing that I can get and put it in there and it'll tell me what the proof is. I don't know why I haven't bought one. Maybe I will. Anyway, it's good. It's warm at the end. That's nice. When I first swallowed it, I didn't really get a lot of warmth, but after it went down, kind of warm right here. That's nice. Not a lot of heat on this. This would be probably the one complaint that friends of mine might have. If you're somebody who likes the heat, you're not going to get a lot of heat in my infinity bottle. I like heat, but I'm selective about it. I mean, it's just good. There's no aftertaste. You get this thing, it just coats your whole mouth. It's not thin. It's just everything that I like is there, but there isn't a lot of heat. The scary thing about it is it's really easy to drink, right? You're taking all this stuff, and it's the stuff that you like the most, and you're putting it in there, and it's all bourbon. You're not just. It's not like you're It's not like you're some kind of a person who just drinks a lot of pop, a lot of sodas, a lot of carbonated beverages, and you're just throwing those together. It's like you're somebody who maybe just loves cola, and you're mixing different colas together. So you're always going to have this cola thing, right? But it's going to be the colas thing that you really like the most. And I love these things. I love my infinity bottles. Great. In fact, Scott one time was asked, my buddy Scott, hi Scott. I think Scott was asked one time by a friend, what is the best sipper on the golf course? And his reply was Dan's Infinity Bottle. And I'm down with you, Scott. It's a great sipper. It's an awesome sipper. It's smooth. You don't really... There's not a lot to analyze, to be honest with you. It is what it is. The flavor's not changing. It stays the same. And it's just really drinkable. It's just easily drinkable. So that's it. I'm going to concoct a new infinity bottle today. Not brand new, obviously. I'm going to add to this and make it something a little different. And then I'm going to take some samples to some people and see how they like it. So 9 minutes. That's a good thing for me. I like to keep it between 9 and 15 minutes. And we are between 10 and 15. And we have stayed under 10 minutes. So that's it. Love ya, infinity bottle. Give it a shot. If you're a whiskey person, whether you like Scotch, Canadian whiskey, other kinds of whiskey, whatever, find your thing, find yourself a bottle, mix this concoction up, make something you like. You'll be impressed with yourself. I am impressed. I might be impressed with you even.